Hi everyone, this is Matt. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk to you about Avidnote, which is a brilliant tool made by researchers for researchers. It will bounce ideas with you. It will help you with thinking out of the box, with coming up with new experiments, with troubleshooting experiments and analyzing data, either quantitative or qualitative. It will also help you with reading papers, summarizing them, or writing literature reviews or manuscripts. But once it's doing all of that, the beauty is whatever data you supply, quantitative or qualitative, it will never be shared with anyone else. They will never use it themselves either. Why? Because Avidnote is a Swedish company. They're based in EU, and also the data that they store, your data that they store, is stored in Germany, also in EU. So all of them have to follow GDPR, which means they can't share the data and they can't train their own models using this data, right? The only thing they can do with your data is to keep it, is to store it. So your data is absolutely private, it's secure, and you don't have to worry that you're giving someone, your qualitative or quantitative data, and then they will use it and essentially, scoop your research. So this is not the case. And also on top of that, I managed to secure a 40% discount for you, so that if you go for the professional plan for about $11 rather than $19, for $11 you will have access to everything, and it's really generous and you'll be able to fully enjoy Avidnote. So let me show you now in detail exactly what it can do for you. So this is the homepage here, and it's straight away divided into the two main functionalities really. You can work with documents like PDFs, Words, Excel, spreadsheets and so on, or you have your AI research toolbox, which is something I want to talk about more today, but we'll start with the papers. So you go to all papers, you can upload papers here, then they show up. If you click on one of them, then you on the right hand side you have that Mendeley-like or Zotero-like function where you can make notes, highlight paper. You see I wrote one ABC here. So this is really useful, but on the left hand side you have a chat PDF sort of function. So I asked Avidnote to summarize this document. It gave me a brief summary, a short one, and then a detailed summary, which is much longer, even with some key quotes. Very useful stuff. You can ask your own questions here. You can just write them down. Or also, if you want, you can use these preset questions. So you have some generic document questions like summarize and analyze, but also document specific questions. How was the RNA resuspended? What was the purpose of incubating the resuspended RNA at 55 degrees for 5 minutes? Now, understanding the technicalities of this, how molecular biology methods work, what you are really doing, will bring you to the next level. Will really help you with future experiments, will really help you with troubleshooting, but also will make you stand out among other researchers, among other PhD students. So these little details are absolutely key to becoming a brilliant scientist. So I really appreciate that. And then you have a few other things here. There's one option but it's a little bit hidden. If you go to settings, when you go to advanced settings, you have this add documents directly from database search enabled. So if you enable this, then you will have this function here, find papers. So for example, R-loops. And now it's giving me papers on R-loops here. It's giving me reviews on R-loops that it has in its database. So suddenly I don't have to upload PDFs. I also have access to all of this. And that's really useful. That's really helpful. So you can also create libraries. You can add tags to these papers here. So you can filter them by tags to make it so much easier. But let's go to AI Toolbox, which is the key thing that I want to talk about. So straight in, it's divided into a few sections. So we have education, data, publishing, ask, read, write methods. Okay, so we'll start with education. So it will plan your lesson, it will grade the students, it will solve the problem. Solving the problem is the one you might use the most as a PhD student or a postdoc. So the beauty of this is that it will help you troubleshoot. So I have a question here already. I have a problem here already written, so I'm just going to copy paste it. This is molecular biology stuff because I'm a molecular biologist. But the point is, this is a very common problem we might have in the lab. So I explain the problem, I hit generate text, and now it will troubleshoot this for me, and it will give me some ideas. And that is so key. I had so many PhD students coming to me over the years when I was a supervisor, a postdoc, asking me about lots of things. And this suddenly takes my role away because it gives you all the troubleshooting ideas. So there you go. Well, if you are, molecular biologist, if you do bacterial transformations, then it might be worth reading this. But look, it's talking about competent cells, heat shock recovery, selective agar, your plasmid quality, competent cell quality, heat shock conditions, antibiotic resistance, just lots of little things. But understanding them, again, will take you to the next level as a researcher. And also will save you so much time because suddenly you don't have to chase me for the answers. The answers are right there. You just have to access them, and now you know where to access them. So totally recommend it, 100%. Okay, now we have all of these options here, data. And analyze data is for your quantitative research. Everything else is for qualitative research. So let's start with qualitative. What Avidnote can do is you have that AI transcribe function here, so you can upload your audios or videos and it will transcribe them, and then you can analyze the transcript here. My recommendation, the best audios are up to 27-28 minutes. This is the sweet spot, and it doesn't make any mistakes. If your audio is longer, it starts making mistakes, it starts repeating itself. So Avidnote is aware of this and they're working on this actively. Well, they told me this is a priority for them at the moment. And on top of that, even if your files are longer than this, then why not cutting them into something shorter and then transcribing them one by one, and then you can copy paste the transcript here and analyze it all at once, right? But also it will label your speakers, it will code the interview, it will do a narrative analysis, all super useful stuff. And if you haven't done your interviews or surveys yet, it can also suggest questions. Again, all of this is for bouncing ideas with Avidnote. Some of its ideas might be brilliant, some of them might be rubbish. The point is, this is someone to talk to. This is someone who understands what you're doing, and it will help you think out of the box, help you look at things from a different perspective. That's the beauty of it. This is what you're getting, this is what you're paying for. And then finally you have analyzed data. So this is for quantitative research, up to 10,000 words at the moment. And I'm literally just going to copy paste this table here from Google about rivers. And I'm just going to paste this here, right? And I can ask some questions. I can ask up to 3 questions here, but I'll just ask one. What is the longest river in North America? Well, this is not about the length of the rivers, this is about the discharge, but this is my question, and I'm gonna ask to generate text, and let's see how it's going to analyze it, what it's going to give me, and how it's going to answer my question. So it's giving me a quite nice comprehensive answer, and first of all it starts with insights, and look, it tells me straight away what is worth noting from this data set. The longest river is the Amazon River. It's in South America, and this is its average discharge, which is the highest volume of water flow. It assesses the data as well. It's giving me a bit more information. The length of a river does not necessarily correlate with its average discharge. That's really interesting. As seen with the Yangtze River having a lower average discharge compared to the Amazon River. You see, I would always think that the length of the river would correlate with the discharge. Apparently not. That's really cool. That's really good to know. And then the answers to my question here. The longest river in North America is Mississippi River. Questions 2 and 3, well, I didn't ask them, so it didn't give me answers to them. Fine. But you see, that is really good. That does make you think out of a box. Now we have the publishing features here. It will help you with suggesting future research, ideas for new studies, even it will suggest conferences you could attend, journals you should read, and it will plan your studies and write a research proposal for you. Again, it's not about writing it for you, it's about giving you the ideas and then bouncing them with you. And then you have the asking features, which is more like ChatGPT, but again, custom made for researchers. This is what it thinks you are, and this is how it will try to help you. And then reading functions here, explain this, what's the opposite view, critique this, summarize text. What I really like about this, what's different to all the other platforms out there, is the opposite view and critique this, which means it will give you feedback here, and with the opposite view, it will give you something to think about, something to consider. So let's say the Earth is round. So I'm trying to say, I want Avidnote to say the Earth is not round. Give me some other options. So flat Earth theory, fine, fair enough. Hollow Earth theory, oh, what is this? I'm not aware of that at all. The Earth is not a solid sphere, but rather has a hollow interior with habitable space inside. It proposes that there are openings at the poles leading to this inner world. Sorry, I had to read this twice. Wow. Hollow Earth theory, what is this about? Okay, now, writing. So ChatGPT has lots of options for you, and it will just write things for you in general. But here you have templates, specific templates for literature review, for introduction, methods, discussion, results, and so on, right? It's much more custom made. You're a researcher. This is a tool for you. It's custom made to you. And it really shows. It really shows. Also, historic overview. Really helpful. And I really like this. Rewrite this. Rewrite this option. So you upload your own text, and then it just help you to put it in better English, essentially. Or maybe English is not your language, and it's not your first language, and it will help you to rewrite it in a better English. So yeah, that's really useful. And then finally we have methods. So it will suggest research methods, research questions, hypotheses, keywords, and so on. All of this is useful stuff. Then we have the AI transcribe function here. So you can upload your file here. What I really like here is that it will auto-detect the language, but you can pick, one of all of these languages. There's so many of them here. You can generate transcript in your own language, in the source language, or it can translate it to English. Super useful. Pretty cool. AI code. Okay, so it will write whatever you need in a programming language. There's quite a lot of them to choose from. AI chat. So this is sort of like ChatGPT. Some of these features repeat again. You can translate. You have the ChatGPT. There's the latex code function, which is definitely very useful, and so on. And all of this with a 40% discount will come for $11 a month for you if you use the discount in the description down below. If you want to use it for free, then definitely you have this taste option here, but it's quite limited. You can do everything you want, but it's up to 5,000 words in total. So it's not that much. On the $11 a month, you'll get 100,000 words a month. And to put this in perspective, whilst testing this AI platform just today, I used about 5,000 words. Okay? And I use it extensively. So I honestly think 100,000 words is loads. So it's definitely a very, very good deal. Right. And this is all for today. I would definitely recommend Avidnote to all of you. At least try it, give it a shot. And if you benefit from this, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.